So I was born and raised in New Jersey, in flat out suburbia. I always wanted to escape to another place. I was just looking for more nature, less people, less pollution, less noise, less neighbors. I just wanted to live peacefully in nature without all the problems that come with a modern lifestyle. Here we go. Not bad for a 70-year-old. Hello. I've been a yoga teacher all my life.
Shoulders back, chin all the way up. Exhale, downward facing, push the foot.
And so I was just really a working girl, waking up at 6 a.m. and going to bed at 9 p.m., teaching 40 classes of yoga a week. I was really busy. I was burnt out.
Inhale.
And I turned 50 and I was like, I had enough. I got to get out of here. And all of a sudden, my house was worth a whole lot more than what I paid for it. I was like, this is my ticket. I'm leaving. So I sold everything and I left. So I'm pretty isolated. I'm at the end of the road and I'm well into the UNESCO designated biosphere, which is 1,700 square kilometers of wilderness. So I bought this property from two American women. I think they wanted to do a bird lodge, but I didn't think they knew what to do after that. So they just built it and left. So I've done quite a bit of work on the property. It was a bit distressed when I got it 12 years ago. Since then, I have built a garage, I've put in a water system, I've put in a garden, I've put in septic, I've built a cabin. This house has a lot of connection with the outdoors. We don't have any heating or cooling or fans. We don't need any of that because the climate is so perfect. The way we set up the house is that we decided to put the kitchen on the bottom floor, and that way any kind of heat or smells from cooking dissipate. Sometimes we're cooking here and the birds just fly right by us, which is kind of distracting, but it's also a gift. Now this is a small footprint, tiny house, but we went up in the air rather than go lengthwise. We went up because we're on a mountain. We don't have a lot of space. On the second floor, it's where we put the bedroom. The house is built with local wood. We didn't go to the lumberyard and buy wood. We went to the lumberyard and bought trees, and then they cut the trees, dried the trees in big ovens. I love our live wood headboard, so amazing. And then we got the wood as it was ready. So we didn't get all the wood at once. We couldn't do that. We just had to wait until we could get the wood that was available. And then slowly we built it from the bottom up. So on the third floor is where we put the lounge, so to speak. So it was handmade by local carpenters. And we all worked every day for 10 months until it was done. It cost me about $40,000 from start to finish. We kind of collabed on the design as we built. I wanted to make sure that since we're up so high that I could clean the windows so everything folds in rather than out, so there's a lot of attention to detail. We covered all the wires with bamboo so nothing's exposed. So we wanted something really simple but elegant. We used a natural water-based varnish so there was no off-gassing. We did a lot of live edges. We had to cut down some trees in order to build this space. So we used a lot of the wood that we cut. So there's a lot of live edges. A lot of attention to detail. None of this was from Home Depot. We had to create everything. For instance, this table folds down, so we want to have multi-space. I do Thai massage up here often, so we can get rid of the table. We have a beautiful carved wooden sink. This is mahogany. We wanted everything to be as natural, but still functional, well finished. The bathroom is open to the great outdoors, which is really lovely. So on the third floor is where we have the outdoor balcony. So we just have these sweeping views. You feel like you're in the treetops, which is delightful.
Es un pájaro verde hermoso.
It's a quetzal. So all the way there,
Son verdes.
super verde,
Ajá,
like más
fluorescentes.
verde que verde.
Sí.
La más verde que es posible. Oh, there's another bird right there. ¿Es el loro también? Oh my God, they're amazing. Oh, that's incredible. I don't have all the distractions that people have. I see things I never thought I could see. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make a life. And obviously we need money in order to exist. So I just have enough guests to make it all work. This is our great room with our dining area and our living area. So because of our climate, we don't need any heating or cooling. So we just have these wonderful breezes from the forest. Moving countries is not a simple thing to do. I made the correct decision and sold all my belongings. I know a lot of people intend to bring their belongings with them in like a container and ship it. That's just a massive headache. I made a clean slate. I got rid of everything except for maybe some personal photographs. It was all gone. So I started brand new once I got here. This is the guest wing. So we have 2 bedrooms on this side. This has the mountain views. I was here 6 months without a phone, a car, or internet. In those 6 months, I think I read 40 books. I mean, I don't think I'd read 40 books in, 4 years. So that was a very intense time of just being here. This has the quiet garden views, very private back here. Just learning to be more accepting and to be more patient has been a really good life lesson, something I didn't expect. And this is my kitchen. This is where all the magic happens. We serve a plant-rich cuisine. Also, I just can't go on Amazon and buy anything I want and have it delivered tomorrow. That just does not happen. So I've learned to live with less. My every desire cannot be fulfilled immediately, which is a good thing. So town isn't that far away. And it's got practically everything I need. For things that are like hardware and things like that, sometimes I have to go to Quito to go to one of these big box stores and get some of the fancier things. But generally I can get most of what I need right here in Mindo. Back in the day, I was a young teenager in the 70s, and I was influenced by the hippie movement, which was kind of back to earth. I became a vegetarian. I started doing yoga. So here I am 50 some odd years later. I'm still a vegetarian, still doing yoga. We have homemade purple pesto, homemade hummus, homemade sauerkraut, greens from the garden. This is all fresh tropical fruits. I wanted to grow my own food. I'm not there yet. I'm growing food. We're growing arugula, lettuce, lots of greens, parsley, basil, a lot of herbs, pineapples. This is Andean mint. Oh my goodness, it's such a tiny little leaf, but it packs a punch. Absolutely delicious. Have to put a roof over the garden because it rains a lot in the cloud forest. We generally have sunny mornings and rainy afternoons, so the gardens just get drowned. So I have lettuces and arugula and Swiss chard, mustard, broccoli rabe, stevia. I'm growing some microgreens, a bunch of dandelion, yerba buena, which is a spearmint. So this garden is basically for salads and tea. Look at this beautiful leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? It's perfect. This is some arugula. You go to the store, it will never look like this. So we compost all of our kitchen scraps. So, and we use no chemicals on the garden. It's 100% organic, and it's been functioning pretty well for the last 10 years. So we did try some tomatoes this year. It didn't go great. Sometimes the vegetables just need more sun than we've got, but the leaves are fine. The leaves thrive. So that's what we're doing. We're doing leaves, and we're happy about it. Now we have this fabulous view of my house, my solar panels. The thing with solar is that we live in the cloud forest. Keyword cloud. But we do have sunny mornings, generally. So that's enough because the sun is so strong because we're at the equator. And so we just have a bank of batteries and we get enough energy from the morning and to run the house at night, which is awesome. Really proud about that. This is my lovely water system. It's so special to me. We have a year-round spring, and we just went up until we found a place where we could collect some water. We built a little dam. And we have a really rudimentary filtering system where we just put some screening over a pipe, and then we gravity feed it into the first tank where any sediment goes to the bottom. We do that 2 more times, and then we gravity feed the water into the houses. So it's untreated. It's filtered 4 times, but it's untreated. So this is wild, pure water, cold out of the ground. It's so delicious. But we're also showering in it. Your hair, your skin, everything gets soft and lively. I love my water. I love to travel, but I hate leaving my water. It's the best. We've been building trails over the last 12 years. As you can see, they're spectacular. These are all done by hand. Walter put these in with a shovel and a pickaxe and a machete. They're just digging through rock. They just did this like last week. You can see all the rock that they've picked down. Unbelievable. These guys are so talented. So this is what we've been doing, is putting on trails, and this is primary cloud forest. It's untouched by the hand of man. It is incredible. Look at this amazing amount of moss that just grows on everything in the cloud forest. It's unbelievable. It's just a carpet of green everywhere. So it's been a discovery putting in these trails because we found springs that we didn't know was here, and we found all sorts of waterfalls that we didn't know were here. Hiking to me is the best exercise, but more than that, activity. It's really therapy for me. When I'm feeling the stresses of modern life, you just come into nature and sink your feet into the ground. I've already been here 12 years, which is kind of surprising. I'm kind of a 7-year itch kind of girl. I think I've lived in about 28 places in my life, but I think I'm staying in Ecuador. I like it. And I've been here so long, and maybe I have 25 years left in my life. I can imagine staying here all that time. The health care is pretty decent, but I take really good care of myself. I'm active, I'm exercising every day. Just coming in and out of my house requires exercise because I live on a mountain, so getting off of here requires me walking either up or down. So I intend to stay fit for as long as possible. It's not about lifespan, it's about health span. A lot of people live to be their 90s, but then they're sick for 15 of those years. So I plan to live to be 100, and I still want to be climbing trails at 100 and doing yoga. That's the plan. After I finished renovating the house, it was time to build the garage and the yoga studio. So I decided to put the two together because we have a very small footprint here. We're on a pretty hefty incline. So I put this yoga studio above the garage. All the wood is locally sourced. There's 7 coats of organic water-based varnish on the floor. I know because I put them on by hand. I love the skylights. It's just such a really pretty space. We're breathing really pure air when we're up here. There's no noise. Shoulders down, back, look up. Good, last one, Manuela. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Push the floor away. Some people want fancy trips and nice cars and jewelry and all those trappings that come along with a modern lifestyle. But I'm just really happy with my house and my water system and my trails and my employees and my guests. Yes, smile a little. Inhale, extend. It's a small life, but it's a healthy, healing life. Let's try the other side. Inhale, extension.